Hi boys and girls, we are ready to start on our next step, which is coloring our royal self-portraits. And we're going to be using crayons today to color these in. But before we start, I want to talk a little bit about the skin tone, the color that is going to be on your face and on your neck. Now, you might have a huge box of crayons that has lots of different skin tones. Skin tones like tans or browns or peaches. If you have that kind of crayon and you can find one that matches your skin tone, if you put your hand down and you make a little mark with your crayon and it matches closely, go ahead and use that. But I'm going to show you, my box is a smaller box of crayons and I don't have all of those peaches and tans. So I'm going to show you first how we can use some of the colors that you find in the smaller boxes like brown, pink, or orange to come up with your own skin tone. Now, if your skin is brown and you color brown on your paper and you press, kind of medium, you're going to get a nice deep dark brown color. If you're more of a lighter brown or a tan skin, when you use that crayon, if you color lightly with it, just like that, you can see it's the same exact crayon, but do you see how lighter the color looks? So you can vary the color by pressing hard or soft with your crayon. So you can get either darker or lighter. Same thing goes with that pink color. If you have more of a peach tone to your skin, you can use that pinkish color and sort of color in very lightly to get a pink or softer tone. Same thing using the orange. If you color very lightly with orange, you're going to get a lighter peach. If I press really hard with that orange, you're going to look like you have a really bad suntan. So you don't want to look orange. However, maybe your skin tone's kind of in between the pink and the peach. You can do a color where you might take some orange and then layer some pink on top of that, and you might get a nice soft peach color. And that's pretty much the color that I'm going to go for today for my self-portrait. So the first thing we're going to do is start coloring our skin tone. So you want to find something that matches somewhat. So I am going to go through and I am first going to color in very lightly over all of my skin in that light, barely touching the paper. And I want my crayon lines to go on smoothly. I don't want to see scribbles. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of working in the same direction. I'm going up and down, and filling that paper in so I don't see a lot of white space. I am not pressing hard, and I don't want you to press hard either. So as you can see, I'm starting at the top and I'm working my way down, and I'm going to go along the edges and then again fill in my next row, and I'm just going to do this smoothly across the whole face. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to speed up my work right now, and you can watch me fill this in. once you have your skin tone, now I'm going to start adding in some of the details. My hair is brown, my eyes are brown, so I'm going to go in and carefully color those things in now. So it is just about colored. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make this color now really pop. You're going to take a black crayon and you're going to go over just some of those pencil lines, and I'm going to color in the pupils of my eyes. So I'm just retracing over some pencil lines. Eyelashes. I'm going to do the nose. I'm going to do the inside line of the mouth along under my chin and some of the lines of my hair. So I'm doing not all of the pencil lines, just picking and choosing the ones I think are the important ones. Maybe what's surrounding my jewels here on my earrings. Anywhere you do that black outline, it makes the rest of that picture sort of pop off the page. So it gives it sort of a more realistic kind of quality to it. And I'm kind of going underneath, and it kind of makes a little bit of shadow underneath some of these parts. Same thing when I go back up here under my crown, do the line on the bottom, and then the line up along the top edge. And then if I want to go through and maybe add in a few little extra designs in there, and I'm just coloring right on top, just like that. All right, so I am almost finished, but this doesn't quite look done until I figure out what I'm doing with all of this white in the background. Now you have a couple choices. If you have a crayon, like a little broken crayon, okay, I have this red one here that's kind of getting stubby here. If I peel back some of that crayon wrapper, so more of it is showing, if I lay it on its side, I can push and pull that crayon so I can fill in background area very easily and quickly without having a lot of like crayon scribbles and lines and things going on. If you don't want to color in the entire background like that, what you can do is take this crayon and maybe make some kind of pattern or lines to break up that big area in the background. But what we don't want to do is just leave it plain white. We want to make sure that the whole thing looks finished. And the way it looks finished is if we address every part of the picture. So just the drawing part is not the only important part. This stuff that's in the background, that's called negative space. We address that as well in a picture. Anytime you see a painting, you don't just see a figure and then the canvas is left plain. The whole thing is filled. So you can go through and you can add some color to that background. And you can experiment if you want to do a few colors in the background or sort of make it a tie-dye look. That would be really cool. All right, so I can stop here, take a picture, and I am finished. It can get posted to Art Sonia. once you have completely colored. Now here's where some options come in depending on if you have things at home. To make this more royal, when we do this project, when we're in the art room, we use a lot more materials that we just don't have. You may or may not have them at home. This is an example of a royal portrait that was done here at school a couple years ago. And as you can see, it's got some gold paper on it. It's got things like coffee filters for the ruffles. It's got beads and little sequins and gems, and hair was done with yarn and things. So this is more like a collage. If you have gems or sequins and you would like to glue them onto your paper, you can do that. You can go for it and add as much royalness that you want. You can do paper scraps or fold up pieces of lace and glue those things on. If you have glitter and your mom lets you use glitter at home, you can add glitter to your pictures. If you have gold paper, or even if you have tin foil, aluminum foil in your kitchen, and you would like to cut out some type of, you could cut out circles and do those silver shiny pieces for earrings. If you have metallic markers or any extra supplies and you want to really jazz up your royal self-portraits, you go right ahead and you add as much as you want. So you may turn in a crayon drawing, you may turn in something that is the crayon drawing with a lot of other things added on top. This is your royal self-portrait, so be as creative as you would like with this. I cannot wait to see some of the things that you guys come up with.